Welcome to Pumped Up Primary America. In case you haven't noticed yet, presidential candidates are flexing some serious muscle to win over your vote and send Joe Biden's beach bot into retirement. One outlet sums it up this way, quote, 2024 presidential contest is careened into a kind of testosterone primary, a frenetic fit boy summer side quest in which candidates are drawing fewer contrasts on policy and proving more keen on comparing feats of strength. Miami Mayor Francis Suarez is bragging about placing 6th in a 5K run in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Senator Tim Scott tossing around the pigskin with his campaign manager. Ron DeSantis' baseball cards are getting passed around, highlighting his stint in the Little League World Series. And who can forget those shirtless RFK Jr. workouts? The beefy Democrat just revealing his secret to getting buff.
I'm on an anti-aging protocol from my doctor that includes testosterone replacement, and but I don't take any steroids. I don't take any anabolic steroids or anything like that.
Greg, you were right when you said he was on something.
Oh, it's obvious. When you can't be that cut at 70, you know? I mean, look at Harold. But I mean, think about it. What a low bar, right? And you know why? You know why, Dana? It's because people in D.C. just aren't in good shape at all. If you look at the White House briefing room, it looks like the Star Wars bar. Aww. Just hideous, hideous people, right? Am I every single one of them, except for Fox. But I'm happy to see. I think we need some muscle heads in the White House. We need to crush that cement ceiling. We need to put a squat rack in the Oval Office and Pilates in the Lincoln bedroom.
All right, so is 6th place in a 5K in Cedar Rapids good?
Yeah, I actually was going to mention that. There were 16 people in the race. I mean, look, but I don't like to run. I like to walk. I could have walked, might have been able to do that in Iowa. I think here's a couple of things. When Biden is on the beach, and you can see him there, right? And he goes to the beach a lot, right? Yeah. As Mark Halperin says in his newsletter, when you see a turtle on a fence post, you know it didn't get there itself. So the White House is probably thinking, okay, we got to figure out a way to get some pictures out there of President Biden. I don't know if that's how they thought it would turn out. And right. He moves his chair around, but that's that. And then you have, I think that people that are voters are inspired by people because a lot of people want to be healthy. So they're like, okay, well, that's not a bad thing to aspire to. However, the thing that will matter the most is what are we going to do about the economy and get this country moving again? You're going to lower my taxes? Are you going to do something like that? Not just this.
Does this appeal to female voters when they see guys competing, throwing the football, getting out there?
Yeah.
Does it appeal to you?
Prove it. Look, here's the thing. Look, when people are competitive, I mean, physically, whether they run or play tennis or whatever it is, I mean, you like to see energy, discipline, perseverance. Yeah. They're competing with themselves. It's to me, it's a sign of someone who is functioning at their best capacity. And I love to see it. Look, we have been so inundated with Joe Biden, falling down, slipping, falling off a bicycle. I mean, this is what we want. We want someone who has the energy and the discipline and recognizes that, in order for you to feel, for me to clear my head, I used to run all the time. I mean, it's part of what we do to be on top of our game.
You used to run after people.
No, I had investigators who did that.
Very good. So you were in Congress when? In the 90s?
Late 90s, early 2000s.
So Clinton was wearing those little short shorts. He was jogging out there. I mean, this has been going around for a while.
There's no doubt. When I was in Congress, John Thune, who's the senator from South Dakota, Kilmeade wrote about this. We won the congressional basketball tournament, and I'll admit it was not stiff competition, but it was a bipartisan thing. And so working out and all of that is great, but we shouldn't. The elephant in the room is you have 2 candidates on front runners who are close to 80 years old. And we question the mental, we question the physical agility and acuity. So these issues are there. Now, the physical fitness thing, if we're going to do that, I'd rather just have Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce be president, vice president, if that's what we're looking for. But I think voters eventually, I mean, I understand what they're doing, but I hope they don't get too far away from talking about how we keep workers and entrepreneurs and our national security prepared for the challenges and opportunities.
I disagree.
As a 70-year-old at the table, I'd like to finish my point.
The elephant in the room
Gutfeld.
is Chris Christie.
You are terrible.
Okay. Are there any shirtless pictures of you when you were running?
Ugh.
No.
I'd have it on my wall. I have his Newsweek cover.
That's true. There was no spread, no centerfold in the Newsweek?
There were none.
Okay.
Not that I know of.
All right. And while the candidates beef up, MSNBC thinks working out's something only racists do. The liberal network getting mocked after tweeting out this op-ed that talks about the far right's obsession with fitness. It claims that a network of online fascist fitness chat groups on the encrypted platform Telegram are recruiting and radicalizing young men with neo-Nazi and white supremacist extremist ideologies. Joe Rogan among those mocking this, quote, being healthy is far right, holy blank. Greg, your thoughts?
It's all part of this weird thing that anything that you measure is somehow reflective of like white supremacy, whether it's math, you measure science, weight, achievement, work output. Anytime you have to like put a number on something that's inherently racist. And so if you find satisfaction in increasing resistance through weights and building muscle, then that's also an adherence to some kind of zealotry. And then if you see a black bodybuilder, all you will say is, well, that's how seductive white supremacy is, that even black people are working out. But you know what's interesting? If you go down the line of what the woke, this makes so much sense. The woke say fitness is racist. They say obesity is body positive. They reject math and grammar as bigotry. They say debate is physically dangerous, so you have to cancel debate. And ultimately, beauty is patriarchal, right? It's a socialized concept created by men. So if you're woke, all that's left for you is to be out of shape, fat, sloppy, have terrible social and career skills. And when you look at their mugshots on Antifa, they nail it. I mean, that's why they look so miserable. They reject all truth and beauty and all aesthetics and all measurements.
Yeah, Antifa could spend more time on the squat rack, Dana.
You would think so. That would be
squat in the bushes. That's what
yes,
they do.
exactly. That's what they do. You bet they do. And that's disgusting that they do that. What was I going to say? Oh, the other thing in the op-ed she says is that working out from home, that this is now, that this is a thing. Okay, well, we got Pelotons right before the pandemic, remember? Have you ever heard one conservative thing said on Peloton ever?
Never.
Never. Okay, this is everybody working out from home. This is not a conservative movement. It's a health movement.
That's how I keep up with the months. Because every month is different on
There's
Peloton.
something for the month. You just have to like let it pass you by.
Janine, you're very fit. Does that make you a white supremacist?
I'm the last white supremacist. I mean, the whole idea is backwards. I don't know why they have to insist that if they're not in a particular place, and if you are, then you need to be hated. And they don't know how else to do it other than to claim you're a racist or you're a xenophobe. I'm surprised they're not saying that if you're fit, you're a xenophobe too. You're a racist. You're everything that's anti-left. It's too easy. It's too dumb. I mean, Greg is right. It's just everything is piled into, well, you look good, so that's disgusting. Okay, in your world, maybe.
Being healthy is a good thing. I play soccer with my 8-year-old, and he wears me out in 20, 30 minutes. I can't keep up with him.
Do you guys play sports at all?
I mean, Chris Christie, I love you. I mean, don't let him say it about me. We talk about people inject race too much. I mean, everything can't be about race. And being healthy, eating well, means that you will live a fuller life. You will live longer, which means you'll have an opportunity to be a Democrat for a longer time.
No.
You'll have a chance to be a Republican for whatever it is you want to be. This is a good thing. So please, let's tamp it down.
Harold Ford Jr., the blackface of white workouts.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.